all Hololive members are connected. Well, through Hololive. But are there members that are connected even if we disregard Hololive's existence whatsoever? Short answer, yes. There are some cases where we can with 100% certainty say that they are connected to some extent. And in this video I will go over all these cases I'm aware of, with a big emphasis on aware of, because as already mentioned multiple times, when it comes to ID or JP, the lore a normal dude like me can find on the internet is pretty lackluster. But I'm sure we will have some knowledgeable gamers in the comments to add those that I missed. Now first I will go over those which are 100% confirmed or are very heavily implied, so like 95% confirmed. After those I will tell you guys about some connections that are just a huge speculation on my part. Like literally just me finding one tiny thing that might connect to members. So for that part of the video, don't take anything I say serious. It's literally just me waffling. Alright, let's start with the ones that are close to or 100% confirmed. First up, of course, we have some generations that are mentioned to just operate together even before joining Hololive. That would be Justice, Holox, and also Advent, kind of. They were separated in cells as far as we know, at least Shiori was, but yes, at the very least they have met before Hololive. Also, to plan a prison breach, I feel like you need to communicate in some way. Also, one gen that I imagine know each other before Holo is Regloss, but I couldn't really find anything confirming that, so maybe I'm wrong with that one. Another two connections we know for sure are canon is Kelly's connection to both Ame, that we saw in the Don't Fear the Reaper animation video, and her connection to Kiara, since it has been claimed that every time Kiara was reborn in the past, she would meet Kelly in the different realm. Which makes sense, Kiara technically needs to die before every time she gets reborn. Next up is the very likely connection we have between Crony and Ame, since it has been heavily implied multiple times now that Ame's pocket watch was given to her by Crony herself. And at this point, she should have given it back already, but Ame somehow managed to keep it in her possession. I personally assume that Crony just couldn't be bothered to get it back by force. Another connection I could have honestly mentioned when we were talking about Advent and Justice separately is that they of course also have a connection to each other. I mean, obviously, after all, Justice was responsible to oversee Advent when they were in captivity. Finally, the last pretty much confirmed connection we have is the one between Choco, Ayame and Shion. They're all connected by the academy my last video was about, the Underworld Academy. All of them are stated to attend the academy in some way. Choco as a nurse and teacher, and Ayame and Shion as students. So it's very likely that at the very least both Ayame and Shion know of Choco, since I can imagine she has been working there for a while now. But I would also say Shion and Ayame probably also know each other, since Ayame is even the president of the Students' Council. So she's probably pretty well known on the whole academy. That's it for the ones that are more or less confirmed, but at the very least heavily implied. Now to me just making up random connections between members. Let's go. Let's start with Kaela, who might, regardless of their relationship within Hololive, might have a connection to Bijou. Now, I'm not saying they met or anything, but I think that Kaela might have been aware of the existence of Bijou even before Hololive. Not really the person we know as Bijou now, but rather the material connected to her. Kaela is currently on the hunt to find the best material possible. So I totally see Kaela at least be aware of whatever Bijou is really made of. I know it's technically emotions, but I'm talking about the physical material. Maybe from her master, or maybe she read about her somewhere. Another not direct connection Kaela might have is to Anya. Anya is an ancient blade that has been given a human form through a mythical ritual performed by her master. Now, I don't see Kaela herself having a connection to Anya, unless she turns out to be something else than a human, something that lives significantly longer, but I could see that the one who crafted Anya could very likely be someone in the line of masters and apprentices that Kaela is in. Maybe the creation of Anya, or Keris, as she was called as a blade, was such a major accomplishment that the information about it has been passed down until it reached Kaela. Well, yeah, that's probably not the case, but we're just having some fun theorizing here. Let's move from one Holo Hero member to another. A connection Seta might have is to both Justice and Advent. And I really think this is very likely. After all, Zeta is, and I quote from the official Hololive website right here, the mysterious 7th recruit of the secret archive unit that has a full license to collect virtual data. Now if Zeta has access to the data this very major sounding unit collected, the chance of her stumbling across an article about Justice, Advent, or probably even Holox is actually very likely. There's also a possibility that Zeta joined forces with Justice in the past, so yes, at the very least I see Zeta being well aware of the existence of Advent, Justice, and probably even Holox. Now I wanna talk real quick about Gura and Ame, because technically they did meet when Gura didn't know about Hololive, but Ame did know about it. So if you wanna count this one, go for it. Let's talk about Mumei next. Since we know that she has been watching Civilization for who knows how long, it's not impossible for her to have been aware of some of the normal humans in the Hololive roster, especially those who were trying to make a name for themselves. Another connection Mumei might have is to Fuamoko. Fuamoko has been stated to be captured by humans. A theory I have heard multiple times from my own community actually says that Mumei helped in the process of capturing Fuamoko, since it's a bit hard to believe that mere humans could capture 2 demon guard dogs. If that was the case, Mumei would have been well aware of Fuamoko and even opposed them to some extent. Another connection that I could potentially see be there is one between Fauna and Kobo. Kobo has the power to control the rain. She might have trouble to properly do it these days, but she does have it. And if someone messes with the weather, it might gain the attention of Mother Nature. So I don't see it being impossible that Fauna was at least aware of Kobo, excluding Hololive. Yeah, that's about it. The final 2 are just me reaching and taking whatever I can find, but I still want to mention them. For once, Mio is a wolf girl that often shows up around shrines. And well, Miko is a shrine maiden, so maybe they have met at some point? Finally, we have Fuamoko, who spent majority of their time in prison watching anime and reading manga. And Ao is a manga artist, so there is a chance that Fuamoko read a manga by Ao at some point and are well aware of her existence. Honestly, I love looking for those little connections some members might possibly have, even though they are most likely wrong. If you have some fun ones, let me know. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.